morning, everybody. This press conference is really about how we are prepared for this winter, and we are very prepared, so I wanted to thank everybody for being here, and I especially want to thank our Director of Transportation, Michelle Pochou, as well as all of the other agencies. I am joined by Rudy Child, Director of Public Works, Reggie Moore, Director of Recreation and Parks, Steve Sharkey, Director of General Services. I know my Chief of Fire Department is here, now it's 4. We've been together all evening. And Department of Emergency Services, David McMillan. And I know Eric Booker is here. I just saw you early this morning. And our Commissioner of Housing and Kimberly Eastland, or Acting Director of the Office of Public Health, are also here. You know, we are prepared, and we want to show that we are prepared, and I want everybody to know that this has been a collaborative effort. We have a snow budget of about 6.5 million. I'm not giving you any more. $6.5 million to remove, and I know we won't, remove snow in our city. There are 300 essential personnel, 292 pieces of city equipment, 300 pieces of contractor equipment, and over 18,000 tons of salt. We didn't have to use that all last year, and our master lease program, we've replaced our entire snow fleet. Nearly 300 outdated snow vehicles have been replaced as a result of the initiative, which reduces fleet costs. I want to thank the Department of General Services for all the work that they do with our fleets. It minimizes breakdowns and improves snow removal efforts for our citizens of Baltimore. And so I'm really excited. We've got a program working with our young people that I think will work well. We've tried it out. It worked last year, and we're sure that it'll work again this year. And so I'm going to turn it over to Michelle to talk a little bit more about what we're doing. And I'm going to ask my other department heads to also say a few words. Michelle.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm Michelle Pochou, the Director of the Department of Transportation. And I want to start by letting you know that this morning we did a tabletop exercise. We did a little mock practice, and all of the partners here in the behind me were there. And we walked through all of the key points of our logistics of what we do in a snow event. And I'm really proud and honored to lead this team in this effort because everybody was there. They knew what they needed to do. We had representation from all levels of government, and so I'm really proud and excited and looking forward to the snow season. However, I like doing the little snow dance because the less the more.
She likes snow.
I like snow. And so as the mayor said, our fleet is up to date. I'm really excited about the work that we've done to update the fleet. We've got our drivers trained and ready to go. We've got our consultants lined up if we get enough snow where we need consultants and contractors to come and help us. They're there ready to come and assist. We're still signing youth up for our youth snow removal program, and so I encourage youth in the schools to sign up, and we're close to our numbers to have youth be able to assist senior citizens and those who may have some needs for helping to remove their snow. And so we really are ready to go, and just wanted to let you know that today and let you know that we're prepared. I'd like to turn it over to my next partner, who is Rudy Child, to speak about Public Works.
Okay. Let me just also acknowledge our Councilman Stokes is also here with us. And I know my partner, Jack Young, is somewhere. We've been running around all day. Thank you. Rudy.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Michelle. Well, Public Works, we work alongside with DOT, along with other agencies as well. Now, as we talk about the snow removal, I just want to offer a few cautionary words for winter from the DPW. So we know bad weather or freezing weather would disrupt some of our services, like trash collections, recycling, and or water main breaks or frozen services. So the key is to always keep some bottled water on hand. Make sure that it's sufficient number of bottles last you for a few days. And also, when the temperature dips below 25 degrees for an extended period of time, make sure you allow a stream of water that runs out of the lowest faucet, the faucet at the lowest level in your home, leave a pencil lit stream, just keep the water running so you would prevent the water from freezing. And then, of course, we have rolled out the Home Serve USA program a few years back to basically repair any type of emergency water line disruption and or sewer lines, lateral on private property. Certainly seriously consider that option for you. And keep tap on the next door tweeters and others for announcement if we are to disrupt the trash collections or other things. Thank you. Chief Ford.
My name is Chief Niles Ford. I'd like to speak a little bit about what's going on. We want people to be prepared going into the next several months. Approximately 50% of all residential fires in the nation occur during the month of December, January, and February. Those are the months when people are trying to, of course, keep warm. So we want individuals to be conscious about how they do this, and we want them to use safe measures to stay warm. When people use space heaters, we need them to put the space heaters at least 3 feet away from anything that could burn. Also, we're going into the time where our Jewish brothers and sisters celebrate Hanukkah, and we want them to be conscious about when they set open fires, they have to have them 12 inches away from anything. We want people to have their heaters serviced. We also want to encourage them to get carbon monoxide monitors and have them and check them monthly. The carbon monoxide monitor will also let you know if your heating system is not functioning properly and you may be in some type of danger because of it. Last, and certainly not least, I want to let people know again and again and again and again that if you call 311, the fire department will come out. If you ask the 311 operator, tell them that you don't have a smoke alarm, you call 311. The fire department will come out and install a smoke alarm on every floor of your house. They will check your house and do a safety inspection and make sure your house is safe.
Who is our slogan? 311, anyone can get one?
That's right, 311. And the mayor said anyone can get one. And we're excited about doing that. I'd like to turn it over to Dave McMillan at this time.
Good morning, everyone. The Mayor's Office of Emergency Management's main charge in winter weather preparedness is to make sure that the agencies, the city, and our citizens are all prepared and ready and equal to any and all hazards and events that the city could face. And so with that in mind, as we have the winter weather season approaching, with all the hazards we can think of, extreme cold, wind, downed trees, and the loss potentially of power and utility service, snow, sleet, loss of road capacity, and lack of safety on the roads, as the emergency manager, I urge all of you to be very prepared going into the season. And to that end, we encourage our citizens to engage in our Ready, Set, Good program. The cornerstone of that Ready, Set, Good program is that every citizen in every household should have an emergency preparedness kit so that their household is ready to be prepared and resilient in case of any emergency for those first 24 to 72 hours during an incident or emergency. So to our left, we have on this table an example of one of these kits, but very quickly, the basic components. You need a battery-powered or crank-powered radio to receive critical communications from the city public safety agencies in case we lose power. You should have, as Director Chow talked about, a potable water supply for each person, ideally 1 gallon per person per day, and that supply should be refreshed every year so that it's safe to drink. And also you need a battery-powered or crank-powered flashlight for seeing in the dark if we lose utility service. And then in addition to those basic components, we encourage citizens to customize their kits for your individual needs. So if you have special medical needs or other functional needs, consider stockpiling those medicines or supplies that you need. If you can afford it, as you see on the table, buy additional food, ideally canned food, and have a manual can opener so you can get those cans open. And for winter weather season, consider making sure you have additional warm blankets or clothing if we lose utility service and it's extreme cold out. And if you have any babies, young children, or pets in your house you care about, anything you need for them, diapers, etc., make sure you have those for that 24 to 72 hours. If you're a business owner listening, we suggest that you dust off your winter weather preparedness plan as well as your continuity of operations plan. Make sure you know it, you exercise it, and you practice it. And overall, we just encourage our citizens to have a plan, have a kit, and also just during any emergency, be ready. When we have our first responders, public safety agencies, partners like BG&E that are focusing in that first 72 hours on abating the issue and getting the city back to normal operations, that you're resilient and your household's ready to basically hold down the fort during those 72 hours. If you're a citizen watching this and you're interested in getting more involved, getting additional training, we have a program called the Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT. There's a helmet on the table. You can see some instances of the gear that we give out. But CERT provides training to citizen volunteers in basic skills such as CPR, basic search and rescue, etc. These citizens are then more prepared to check on neighbors, help with their community, and even help out first responders during those 72 hours if we have a very major event or emergency. We have a free training coming up this December 14th through 16th. We also have additional trainings coming up in 2018. If you're interested in that, please contact our CERT coordinator at cert@baltimorecity.gov, or check our website at emergency.baltimorecity.gov/CERT. And if you're interested in more information on how to make your own kit for your family and household, check out the federal website, ready.gov. And with that, let me turn it over to Assistant Housing Commissioner Eric Booker.
Good morning, all. I'm Eric Booker, the Assistant Commissioner for Code Enforcement and Housing and Community Development. Stand before you on behalf of Michael Braverman, our Commissioner. He regrets that he cannot be here. Madam Mayor, thank you for your leadership. During cold weather, the Department of Housing and Community Development helps protect vulnerable residents, including older adults, those with disabilities, and homeless, throughout several emergency response efforts we offer throughout our agency. Throughout the Code Blue season, the Department of Housing and Community Development, the Office of the Ombudsman, partners with 2 city homeless shelters to provide blankets, cots, water, and food. On our east side of town is 1400 East Federal Street. On the west side of town is 3000 West Cold Spring Lane. Shuttle service is available to transport those in need to shelters, and the Office of the Ombudsman is on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For homeowners, our Division of Green, Healthy, and Sustainable Homes can assist with weatherization and energy conservation that help lower utility bills and make homes more safe and more comfortable. It should be noted that priority is given to older adults and people with disabilities. Those seeking assistance can visit our website for more information. In addition to being prepared, I'm going to echo with Chief Ford has said, carbon monoxide detectors are important. Please do not heat your homes with your stoves. If you're having some challenges with heating, please dial 311 and we will get somebody in contact with you to help you to that end. Okay. And last but not least, business owners and homeowners. In the event that we have a snow event or ice event, you have the responsibility of clearing a 2-foot path in front of your business. We will be out inspecting for that because people with disabilities, wheelchairs, they still have to move about the footway. So we're asking you to make certain that if we have a snow event or ice event, that you clear the pathway for our residents to continue to move about the city. Again, if you have any challenges with heating or anything, just dial 311. Code Enforcement and Housing will respond. Thank you.
We're ready to take any questions, but Michelle, you want to say something else?
Yeah, I just want to say that travel is restricted when it snows. So please stay off of the roads as much as you can. We've got our brine truck here. We're pre-treating. This is our 2nd year of doing it. It helps us to prevent the snow from adhering to the ground. But really think about staying in place and letting us get out there and clear the snow. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions?